Hi. Okay, I'm going to talk about this instrument I have here and a little box that I made for it. And this is a Zendrum. If you've never seen one before, check out Zendrum.com. It's a very, very cool instrument. It's a MIDI percussion controller. You can use it for melodic stuff as well, but it has 24 touch-sensitive pads, which you can program to be any kind of different sound. And I made this device a bunch of years ago that I called the Zen Box. It was just like a little personal project I made for myself, and I'm going to talk about it. It's what I'm using for the sounds and to power the Zendrum. I'm going to just play a real simple beat here. Whoa, missed it. So, I'm not a drummer. I'm a bass player and guitar player, but so anyways, you can basically program these pads to be any sound. So the main thing I want to talk about is the box I made. There's a lot of great videos you can find of people playing this, doing a phenomenal job of it. But it's a very cool instrument. Highly recommend. Check out Zendrum.com. So this is the Zendrum. It has a display here that shows what the MIDI note is, the channel and everything. It has a cursor keypad on the back that lets you program the MIDI channel, the notes, everything about it. This is kind of an older one. There's newer versions out nowadays. So anyways, so this is the Zendrum, and then I'm gonna disconnect it from the Zen Box, which is this little thing I have right here. And I'm going to talk about this it's an electronic project I made a bunch of years ago. So it's pretty ugly, but it works. I'm going to set this down. So this is in a Radio Shack enclosure. Back when Radio Shack was still around, you could buy these there. I'm going to turn the amp off. I want to mention, if the sounds aren't great on this video, it's not because of the Zendrum at all. It's because of this box. I'll talk about what's inside here. All the sounds are coming out of here. And what this box basically is it runs on a 9-volt battery. It powers the Zendrum. It takes MIDI data in from the Zendrum, and there's a chip in here that has the 128 general MIDI presets. The drum sounds aren't great. They're probably good just for like practice, whatever. I'm not sure if you would use them to gig. There's much better sound modules out there. So it has a MIDI in that goes to the Zendrum. It powers the Zendrum. There's a 1/4-inch audio out. I had this plugged into my guitar amp. It's a Boss Katana amp I have down here. Then it says CD. You can plug in a CD player or cassette player or, I mean, nowadays those are kind of, I don't know how many people are using those. I still use them. You can plug in an MP3 player. It'll blend, pre-recorded music with the drum sounds, and then you can plug in a set of headphones here. So it was kind of sort of like a Swiss Army knife type of device, built-in sounds, headphone amp, mixer, powers the Zendrum. And it was just something I put together with a bunch of different parts. I'm going to open it up and show what's inside here. So it's all kind of handmade. Hopefully all this is showing up on the video. But inside here, basically all the jacks. There's a volume adjustment here. I think that was to let you blend the level of the audio coming in with the internal drum sounds, so you could adjust the level of both. So, but basically up inside here is there's a MIDI jack, the potentiometer, the 1/4-inch jack for the audio, 2 1/8-inch jacks, for the CD or tape or MP3 player input, and then a headphone jack. The real interesting stuff is probably what's up in here, and this board right here is just a really simple audio amp. It uses a LM386 amplifier chip. It's a really old chip, but very, very useful. So this is what powers the headphone output. Then, I'm not sure if you can see it that well, but what's on this board right here, it's a perf board, and there's a optocoupler right there. I think it's a 6N138. It's a really common opto isolator or optocoupler that's used for MIDI. So that takes the MIDI data coming in, and this is a real common circuit that's used in all kinds of MIDI sound devices and keyboards. So it takes the MIDI data in, and then converts it into serial output. What's probably the most interesting is this green board right here. This board came out of a product that was around, I think around the 1990s or the 2000s or something. There was a product out there called the Jam Bass, and it was a really cool product. It was a device that had two parts. One part was a MIDI sound module, and then it had this adhesive strip that went on the back of a guitar neck, and you could basically, you know, had individual notes, and you could play guitar, and you could hold down, you know, buttons on the back of this adhesive strip, and you could play bass while you were playing guitar. So it was a cool product. It was out for a couple years. The guy that developed it, I think he had it at the NAMM show for you know, a couple years, and then he stopped production of it. But at the time, I got in touch with him, and I think I bought one or two of them. And that's what this board is here. And the most interesting thing on this whole board, and you can't see it unfortunately, but there's a chip on here called the Dream chip, and it's kind of a it's pretty much a single chip MIDI sound module that has with the 128 basic you know, general MIDI sounds stored on it, and then it has a serial input. So basically this chip can produce all the 128 general MIDI sounds, which are, you know, piano, organ, strings, horns, synth sounds. So that's what's on this board. That's where the sounds are actually coming from. So this whole box is pretty simple. You know, basically a audio amp for the headphones, optocoupler to take the MIDI data in and convert it into a serial digital, you know, stream that then feeds into the Dream chip. The sound comes out of the Dream chip in audio, you know, format, and goes to the 1/4-inch output jack here. So and that's pretty much all there is to it. It runs on a 9-volt battery. There's a regulator on this board. I think the Dream chip operates on 5 volts, so I think on this board there's a 5-volt regulator. So anyways, that is what I call the Zen Box. I made only one of these, mainly for myself, just to kind of experiment with, and kind of a fun little box. And hope you find this interesting. Feel free to contact me if you have any questions about the Zendrum. Once again, check out Zendrum.com. Phenomenal instrument, and a lot of resources on YouTube. A lot of great players that are using it. And there's a lot of cool products that are on the Zendrum site. The stomp block, I believe, a sound module, a lot of other accessories. So check out their website for sure. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.